It says we are live. Good morning, everyone. Len Mooney here, coming to you from my. I just gotta do this. At the risk of you guys tarring me, feathering me, and running me out of town, it is just, it is just an incredibly spectacular day out there. The ocean's calm. There isn't a cloud in the sky. There's a very slight breeze, and it is. I can't believe how beautiful of a day it is. And anyone who doesn't have gratitude, I saw a post this morning, another one of Bob's posts about gratitude, but it's just a beautiful day. And hey, anyhow, I think you all know. Hey, Jackson, how you doing, buddy? I think you all know we're bringing Bill back for round two of Instagram. So I don't think I need to introduce Bill more to anybody. He's here, and he's actually on time today. And that wasn't Bill's fault last week, by the way. I want to tell you, it wasn't anyone's fault. It just happened. The link I sent him just didn't work for whatever reason. And the link I sent him today worked. So he's here. Anyhow, I'm just going to shut up and let Bill take it away. And what we're talking about is how to do Instagram on our PC or other devices other than our teeny tiny little hardly can fit in your hand, see the buttons and your fat fingers don't fit on a cell phone. Bill, you got the ball, buddy.
Okay, thanks, Lynn. Before we get started, I'd like to mention one fact. You do have to use the smartphone to open up your Instagram account. There's no way that you can open up an Instagram account on the PC. You have to have a smartphone to do that. But once you do that, you can do everything else from your PC. Like Lynn said, I don't like to use Windows to do editing and all this other stuff. I like my nice 24-inch dual monitors and everything so I can see stuff. I can have multiple screens up and I can do, copy and paste back and forth and do a lot of editing, photo editing and stuff like that. So let's see. I'd like to go to screen share if I can figure out where it is. Which one screen share? Open up.
Over on the right. Over
Okay.
on the left, rather. It's the green one. Yeah, okay.
Well, I clicked on it. Do it again. Guess what?
Hello, Shirley. Guess what?
It doesn't seem to be working. I double click on it, it doesn't do anything.
So on the left side, the second from the top, the green little box with the arrow says screen share.
Yeah.
You click on it, nothing happens.
I've done a single click and a double click.
Yeah. Well, it's
not opening up. Oh, here it comes.
Okay. Well, I opened it up on my side just to check it.
No, I've got it. I can see my dual monitors.
All right. Maybe it's your dual monitors. There you go.
Hey, everyone, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we see your screen. I think we see dual monitors. That may confuse.
Well, what this is, I did a PDF file and I put some PC resources in here. And I'm going to start out by going through my setup on my smartphone. I have a Samsung Galaxy S4. And what you're looking at is my photograph settings. And I always shoot at the highest resolution. I'm running 16:9. And the rest of this is just personal preference. But this is your photographs here. On the right side is your video. So I'm using 16:9 video format, 1920 by 1080, which is high definition. Video stabilization should be turned on. Right now it's off, and I'll have to go back and readjust that, but you want that to be on. Now, when you go to the settings setting on my particular phone, you can have all this other stuff. I had the GPS tag turned off because I don't want any GPS information to be logged on any of my stuff. And I'm going to scroll down. Most of this is default settings. I don't mess with that much. Now, my storage for both my photographs and my video always go to my memory card. I have a 64 gig memory card in my smartphone. So I want everything to go to my memory card. I have plenty of storage. Now on the right hand side, this is my Instagram profile. This is a screenshot off of my smartphone. And here you can see my profile. And right now I don't have a website yet. I'm in the process of setting one up. I just don't have it done yet. But you're allowed to have one link in there. And we'll scroll down.
Where does Meet Bill Moore go to?
Right here, Lynn.
Yeah.
This is my name.
Okay.
It just happens to be my same name that I use on Facebook.
Okay.
So basically, when I opened up the account, I just copied all my Facebook information over, and I brought my friends over and everything, and I had Instagram up and running.
Okay.
And the other thing is, when you create your Instagram account, your username has to be unique anyway. So on the left-hand screen, this is one of my posts, and what I wanted to show you is last week I was talking about putting some spacing so that it's easily readable. And when I format my post and everything, I do it such that it shows up on the smartphone. This is a screenshot off my smartphone. You can see that I have the quote at the top, then I have a few words about it, and then I put a divider, and I'm using the emoticon dividers, and I just select something randomly. And the key to this is this spacing is 14. You have to put 14 of them in there. And when you do that, it's formatted perfectly for my smartphone. Now, what I don't know is if this same formatting applies to other smartphones. I don't know that. But I'm assuming it is. Now, I've got some resources that I'll put in here for you guys. This is a list of some free photograph sites. These are all free resources available thanks to Doug Fireball. This is where I got this information from, one of his webinars.
Bill, can you post that in the group?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. It's a PDF file format. I'll put it in the group.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Now, online graphic creation tools, Canva. Everybody knows about Canva and PicMonkey, but here's a couple other ones down here. I don't know if you've heard about these two down here at the bottom or at the top of the next page. Now, this is the resources that I use. I use OnlyPut to do my automated posting to Instagram. It's a scheduling tool, and I believe it has a free 2-week period. Then after that, it's a paid subscription. I think you can have 3 accounts for $12, and there's a couple other options where you can have multiple accounts and a bunch of other stuff, and prices go up accordingly. Econo Square.
Bill, sorry.
Yes.
What do you mean by 3 accounts? Why would we need more than 1 account?
some people have multiple Instagram accounts. You can have multiple accounts.
I got it.
It's just like on Twitter. You can have multiple accounts on Twitter.
Okay, got it. Sorry. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
But I think I'm running with the $12 a month, and I think I can have up to 3 accounts. I only have 1 account, so that's all I've got. Now, Econosquare used to be where you could get a whole bunch of statistics. As of today, they have changed their policy, and now they've gone to a paid subscription, and it's rather expensive. If you recall, last week I showed you a graph that would post the best times to post your post. Well, it gave you the best response times, and all that information now is on a paid service, and it's $200 a month to get that same information, where before it was all free. So hopefully somebody is going to come up with a free service to take over, because I'm not paying $200 a month. Lynn, I can't hear you.
No, I had muted my mic. No, I think Econosquare just priced themselves out of the market.
Yeah, I do too.
That's insane. Yeah.
They've got 2 other options on there. I think the highest option is right at $800 a month. So, and anyway, the other option, the other site that I use is Instagram.com. Now, from your PC, you can go in there and look at all the posts that's going on. You can go in there and update your profile. You can go in there and add comments. So there are a couple of things you can do directly from Instagram once your account's created. Now, going to get down to the good stuff. This is a list of the resources that I use to do my photo editing. And 2 of them are paid, 2 of them are old and obsolete, and 1 of them is free. GIMP is free. I use a Microsoft Digital Image software version 10, which is obsolete now. It's probably 3 or 4 years old, and Microsoft stopped providing it as a separate product, and its main features are rolled back into the Windows OS operating system, starting with Windows 7. Now, I don't know about Windows 8. I'm assuming it's a carryover to Windows 8. I only have Windows 7, so I have no experience with Windows 8. The other thing I use is PaintShop Pro version 9. This is the last version before the product was sold to Corel, the Canadian company. And I put a link in there. I went out last night and checked to see if anybody on eBay was selling this particular version. And there's several people selling it for under $20. So you can pick it up for anywhere from probably about $12 to $20. Now, GIMP is free.
Can I bounce in with a question? Is there a how would you rate the learning curve on PaintShop? If I run out and get a $20 version, am I going to tear my hair out learning to use it, or is it pretty simple?
It's pretty simple. The toolbars is where all the power is. There's only 3-4 features I use all the time. And it's like anything else. It's like Microsoft Word. You know, once you know where everything's located and basically what to use them for, you just use the certain features that you need at that particular time.
By the way,
okay.
By the way, I'm sorry, but by the way, for everyone who's out there who can't vocally ask a question right now, if you've got questions, type into the chat, let me know. And if anyone wants to come across When Bill's done with his presentation, we'll bring anybody on who wants to chat about this stuff. So, no problem there. So just write your questions down and hold on to them. All right, Bill, I'm back.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay. Now that's all that I've got right here in this PDF file. And like I said, I'll put this up in the Facebook group. So let me close this. Now I wanted to show you a couple things before we get started. You can see I have a file right here. What this is, it's a file of all my quotes. I gathered quotes from internet searches and I can get them off my smartphone. There are a lot of apps that provide quotes, and you can it's a process. You have to copy them, and then I have to translate it or transfer it from the smartphone to the PC and all this. But anyway, I ended up with these quotes. So what I do is I open up a Word document. I've got them in Word. And what I do is I have a certain font set that I like to use on my Instagram post. It's I think it's Arial Bold that I like. So after I copy everything in there, I select all of the text and I change the font size to Arial Bold. So it's all set up, ready to go. And once I get into showing you how I edit my images and everything, this will make sense. The other thing I do is right here, I have another Word file open. This is all my hashtags, and they're all highlighted. So when I get ready, I just put this over on part of my screen. When I get ready, I'll just click on the hashtags, do a copy and paste, and put them right into my image I'm working on. So it's all ready to go. Now, this is Iconosquare. They made major changes. And I found out about an hour ago that this is what they did. And it just blew me away that they had a real neat free resource and they just took it away. But you can see this is the free version. You have followings, liked, in my media, and recommended. Well, recommended is what they're recommending for you to see. I'm not interested in what they recommend for me to see. I want to see my stuff. And they took that away. But I think if you double click on your finger there, it will come up, and I think it's going to give you, yeah. This is the basic what they had before. But what they are doing, this is all my posts that I've done. You can go in here. I've got, well, this one right here. I've got 37 likes and 1 comment, 34 likes and 1 comment, and so on. But I'm interested in people that are following me and people that I'm following. And I found that in here. I think if you click on followers, it will bring up all your followers. Yeah. And if you want to see what the follower is, what his profile is, you just double click and it'll bring up his profile. It's running a little slow in the conference room here. So this is his site. So you can go in there and look at his profile, look at some of his images that he's posting, and see if you want to continue following him or not. But that's about all. Now, what I wanted to show you guys was the upgrade path here. And this just blew me away when I clicked on it. See right here, $1.99, $4.99, $7.99. You would think that was like a year. No, that's monthly rates. If you go to the yearly rate, that's your yearly rate. $21.89, $54.89, and $87.89. Now you can see all the features. You can open all this up and see what you're really paying for, but $200 a month is just totally ridiculous. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one because I probably won't be using that much more in the future. This next tab is Instagram. Now this is what you can see on your PC. There's 9 new posts, so let me click and we'll load those up. And it's loading. Now this is going to be in real time. This is a real-time feed right here. Now you can do the same thing. You can click on the little guy's name, username up here. You can go see his profile in his site. Now, if I go and click on my name, it's going to bring, I can view my profile, edit profile, log out of badges. If I go to, view profile, you can see all my posts. I don't know where that blue came from.
So these are your posts we're looking at.
Yeah, it's as soon as it loads here. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. What I like to do is go in there and look at my images, and I use a lot of abstract fractal designs now. And every once in a while, I'll go in there and take a look and see what I'm posting, and I'll go back and post some regular images. For example, I got a sky image with part of a tree right here, palm tree. Got a pine needle right here. These are basically all my images. I got some flowers down here. So these are all my images, and I'll process all my images with the products that I so indicated. So now if I go back, yes.
Yeah. So where are you getting these fractal images at? Are you making them, or where are you
making them?
Huh?
Making them.
You're making them. Okay. Cool.
That's what GIMP's for. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at OnlyPut. This is the scheduling software that I use. Now they got a analytics function here, but it's a new feature or a future feature. It's not available yet. So hopefully they'll have some kind of statistics coming that will replace Econosquare. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, you can see my last post was at 13:07. My next to last post was like 4 o'clock this morning. So the 1 o'clock post, I've only got two likes. 4 o'clock this morning, I got 28 likes and 1 comment. So scheduled post, you click on that tab. Instagram post is all the previous posts, so you can go scroll through and see all your posts that you already have posted. These are the ones that are scheduled right now. I've got one at 3 and one at 5. And you can see it's taking a little time to get loaded. But there's a couple of things I wanted to point out. And then if you guys would like, I'd run through just do a post for you real quick and show you what I'll run through and how I do it.
Hell
But
yeah.
if you,
Heck yeah. I mean,
okay,
I'd like to see you do that. And, you know, anyone who's got to drop off, the recording will be available.
okay. If you hover over at the right corner up here, you get this little gear symbol. That's settings. If you click on it, what it would do is bring up your scheduling feature. And you can go there, you can edit your post, you can edit your time and everything. You click on the date here and it brings up your scheduling or calendar. I can take this and run it out several months if I want and post whenever I want to on a 24-hour clock. And I've done that. When I went to Vegas, the week I went to Vegas, I scheduled all my posts for a week. And they ran like clockwork. Now, every once in a while, what I'll end up doing is I'll post like, I think two more times tonight. And then in the morning, I'll start posting like at midnight, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, when I schedule my post, I've got to make sure I'm on the 29th when I do that. Sometimes I'll mess up and I'll post the 28th and I'll put like right here, like 1 o'clock.
Like to make.
And I'll just mess up and I'll post this for the 28th and I'll publish it and it will show up on a list. But the problem is that the time has expired. See right here? It says the 28th at 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's no good. It will sit there forever now. So all you have to do, go back there and change it. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put him back. I think he was a 3 o'clock schedule. 1500. And publish. And you see these little raindrops here. When I go through the schedule, the post, you'll see I just randomly pick. There's about 4 different ones I use all the time. So what I'm going to do, see what I got open. I don't need PowerPoint. I mean PDF. Let me close that. Okay, I'm going to run this down. Okay. Now this is Microsoft Digital Image, and I've got it open to some of my fractal designs, and I put a photograph in here. Now look at the image size right now. All these images, all the fractals are sized for 570 by 570 pixels, and the flower is sitting at 5184 by 3456 pixels. That came out of my digital camera. So the reason I do mine at 570 by 570 is the optimal size for Instagram is 600 by 600. Now there is a feature that will auto size for you, and I didn't show you that in OnlyPut, but it will auto size, but I don't know what the limits are on the auto sizing. feature. But I set all mine up 570 by 570, and then I'll put 2 borders on mine. Each border is 15 pixels, so that gives me 30 pixels, and that makes up the 600 by 600 size. Now, if I chose this flower, I would have to do some editing on it, meaning I have to downsize it and crop it and all this. Which one would you want to see me work on? One of the fractals, or you want to see me work on this image of the flower? The flower is going to take a couple more steps.
I don't have a strong opinion. Anybody in the chat want to vote? Let's do the extra steps. Let's do the flower. So how do you resize it? What software are you using to resize it?
No, I'm going to use the Microsoft Digital Imaging. Huh, cannot be opened. Let me put this up here.
I think I'm going to answer Chris's question, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Bill. Chris's question is she doesn't know why you couldn't make these in PicMonkey or Canva, and I think the answer is you can. I think the answer is you started doing this before Canva existed. So
no, that's not true.
Not true. Okay.
I'm sure Canva's been out there for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming that you can do it. I think Canva, you can go there, set your image size, get your image in there, put your text on it, and all that. But there are some features I'm going to show you in PaintShop Pro that I don't think Canva can do. So that, I'm building up on stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Not what I want. Let's see. I want this right here. Browns. And fractals. And then I want to go down here. I want to see my flower right here. I want the flower. This is a pretty good size image here coming in. Now, my digital camera, I have it set up so that I can capture JPEG and RAW images simultaneously at the same time. So when I take one image, it's requiring about 35 megabytes in size on my storage. So I use JPEGs, for my Instagram and stuff like that. And if I want to do anything real serious, I'm going to use the raw data because it's about 20 megabyte size to operate on. Okay. Now I can go to Format, Resize Image. And this will tell me what I'm sitting at. I'm at 5164 by 3456. So I'm going to drop down to 1920 at 1280. Okay. Now you can see now let me drop down. Oops. Down to 1024. Okay, what I'm looking for is about something around 570. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crop now. Close that. I'm gonna crop. Okay, right now I'm set at 521 by 538. So I need to increase this a little bit. I just jack this up to 570 right there. And I'll pull this one out a little bit. Okay, there's my image right there. Now, basically, it's almost dead center. So that's pretty good. I'm going to say done. And now I'm going to save it. So this is why I like to have all my images pre-formatted for me, so I don't have to go through this step. Okay, now I've got the image set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to Paint Shop Pro here. And going to open that flower. Let's see, where are you? I don't want to go there. Back up. Back up. Gotta find the right folder right here. It's not there. Now, why isn't it there? I got to refresh. Is there a refresh here? I don't see a refresh. Oh, there it is. Ah. Okay, this is the image I just resized. I can take a look. It's 570 by 560 right now. So I'm ready to go. I need to find a quote that I want to use. Motivation. Let's see. Since I'm using a flower, I don't want a very long quote. I want something pretty short. Maybe I'll use this one right here. So I always put the date when I uploaded the file, and this tells me that I've already used this quote, so I won't use it again right now. Now, I've almost uploaded 900 files, so at some point I'm going to have to start repeating these quotes because I don't think I could find, you know, several hundred more quotes. There's only so many out there. So this is going to be my quote. So let me go to image. And I'm going to put a text box in right here with the little capital A. And it's 26. Okay, that's going to be this one right here. So let me put the text box there. What I want to do is copy my quote now. This is why I have the font pre-selected on my quotes. Yep. So all I have to do is drop it in and it's ready to go. Now, right now it's 26 point, size 26. I will probably make that now 30, I'd say. Now, look at the font that I've got right now. This is a carryover from what I just did. The font color is this brown color, and the stroke is a yellow. Now, I probably would like to use maybe a green. So I select that. I'll go over to my color wheel with my little eyedropper. And I do that. And now I want to, what I'm doing is I'm using this right here. I'm going to make my stroke black. Now, see how my text stands out? It's a little too strong, so I'm going to go down to 2 pixels. So now I'm going to format my text box, maybe something like that. I'm going to create another text box. I'm going to drop the author in, edit. And always make him a little bit smaller, about 26. And he's going to be sitting there. Now I want to put something over here. I always put like inspirational. Across the top. And that is always 36 point. And stroke will be 3. Now, whoop, nope. I got to go back over here. The bottom one down here is where you can move the text boxes around. What I wanted to do is show you a little bit about the stroke. I can take the stroke down to 0. You can see how difficult it is to read that, inspirational. If you use stroke on your font, see how it becomes much easier to read? That's probably a little bit too much. I may just want to go with 2.5. And that's not bad. So usually what I try to do is I try to make my font stand out very well. I like to use bright colors, contrasting bright colors. And then down at the bottom, I always put my couple things. And I have a different using down here. I've always used this font for my either my name or my website. And I use 22 right there and 1 point right there. Do my website will be bmmore.com when I get it up. So it's going to be very similar to what I've got now. I've already got the domain registered. I use a little text handling or text moving tool, and I just kind of line these up where they look halfway decent. If you looked at some of my posts, you can see I do some crazy things with the positioning. And I'll show you what I'm talking about on this one. I'm going to take inspirational, put them up real high. And I try and center that. And I'm going to take the the text, so move him up, something like that, and put the author down here, so you can see the heart of the flower. Okay, and I'll take this and I'll just move him up a little bit, something like that. Now, I want to put a border in here. So I'll go to Image, Add Borders, and I got a dialog box. I say, okay. I think the image has to be flattened before you can put borders on it. I use a little eyedropper. And usually what I do is I use colors of the font that I have been using. And there's been some cases where I deviate a little bit. I can always pick, with that little eyedropper, I can pick any color that's on that image. So basically, my image is done. So now I want to save it. So I gotta find the right place. Current updates, 2015, April, and it happens to be the 28th. Okay, this is going to be the 9th post for today. Inspirational, what, 3, I guess. And it's going up at 7. Oh, did I mess that up? Yeah, 28. Always put a date on my stuff. Then I take that name and I'll put it over here on my quotes. Whoop. I did that too many times. And I'll just put this in red so I know that I've already used it. Okay, now I'm going to save it. And I'm done with this. Now we will go to only put. I gotta find it. Where did it go? Is it down here? No, it must be over here. Let's see, right here. Where's my window? Yeah, I lost it. Okay, let me close some of this. I've got a window hidden. I don't need this. Close this. I'll close this. Don't need this anymore. Use history. This is what I want right here. Okay. I'm in only put right now, and what I want to do is schedule that post. So I go to Add Post. Load from PC. I've never loaded from a URL. I've always done it from a PC. I pick which one I want. I want 09. And it's going to load in. I don't know why it's resizing the window on me. Anyway, okay, right here is different sizes. Now, I think as long as it's on the question mark, I think it auto resizes. But I don't know what the maximum upper end is. So mine's already pre-formatted. But if you notice, when I did my borders were set for 8 pixels. So actually I'm 1 pixel over. So I don't think you can see it on here, but there's a line running around here. I'm right on the line here. But this is going to automatically resize it for 600 by 600. Okay. Now, these are some built-in filters that if you want to highlight your image, you can select one of these guys. And there's quite a few of them in here. Usually what I do is this flower it's a raw image. I have not done any filtering on it at all, but some of my digital photographs I do filter already, so I don't use any of this. I just jump to next. And I just thought of something. I've got to go back to my quotes. Usually when it's loading that up, I copy my quote. Because I'm going to post that in here in a minute. It's a little slow in the conference room. Now, every once in a while, I'll get a fail mode screen that will pop up here. And all I do is go back there and re-enter the information, and it comes right back up and runs again. And I think there's only been one time when I logged into only put, and it was down because of maintenance. So they do maintenance periodically. This company is located overseas somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. But right here, they have live text chat. But it's 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening, wherever this company is. It's somewhere in Europe. Okay. This is where you can put your information right here. So what I do is I copy the information, the quote. About making ideas happen. Usually I just post a little something there. Now, I start my formatting. What I want to do is I want to put a line of these emoticons across, and you do that by clicking right here. And it'll open up. And you make that a little bit smaller. And you can scroll down and find the ones you like. The ones I usually use are, where are they? Right here. I'd like to use this one. I use the teardrops, and I use the 3 teardrops. So on this one, let's use this one right here. So what I do is I click on the image twice, and then I count to 7 on each until I get up to 7, and that tells me I've got 14 of them across there. Well, come on, where are you? There we go. Now, you can see I've got an extra line in here. So I want to go up there and get rid of that. Here's my cursor. Up one, down one. Now I'll run over and I select my hashtags from my Word file that's waiting for me. Drop those in. I gotta format them right here. For some reason, it comes in double spaced. Conference room makes it real slow. Okay. Then I just close this out with another line of those teardrops. I put a period right there. I'm gonna go up one as a placeholder for an empty line. And then I'll run another line of those teardrops. Now, I didn't show you this, but let me go over this while we're here. You see right now I'm highlighting right here. You've got 3 other sections of icons that you can select from. So there's just a boatload of different things you can put in there if you want. So I'll use this one. You gotta wait for it. Wow, there we go. Okay, I'll put one period right there. And basically, I'm done. Now I want to go to the scheduling feature. Click on the date. Oh, is this 7 o'clock? Yeah, 7 o'clock. This is why I like dual monitors, because I can have this open on one monitor and the other stuff on the other monitor. And it works out real well. I want 19. I always do mine about 5 minutes after the hour. Figuring that a lot of people like to do theirs on the hour. So I always like to be different. And that's it. I'll show you something here in a minute. Now they got this geotag information if you want to put a location in there. In Instagram on smartphone, the geotag field, you can put little text information like click the link on my bio and this kind of stuff, but you can't do that on this tool. Won't let you do that. That's a relatively new feature. Now you can see I'm posted for the 28th at 7 o'clock. Now let's go back to Instagram post. Now these are all the posts that I've already done. So this one, it took 2 minutes for them to schedule this one. This one went up within 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute, or 2 minutes. You can see they're pretty consistent. It only takes a couple minutes. Now this one right here, depending on what I'm doing during the day, I may miss that 5 minutes after the hour, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this post done. So sometimes I run past. So this is probably scheduled at 15:20. You see, if you want to delete that, see the X right there? That's where you can delete it if you so choose. Okay, I guess that's everything. And I'll stop sharing.
Cool. Well, that was a lot, Bill. All right.
This,
How are we doing over there, folks? Does anybody have any questions or want to come over and chit chat for a little bit, or are we about finished for the day? And I really don't care. It's up to you folks. Maybe Bill cares. I don't think so.
No, I'll answer questions.
Yeah.
No problem.
Anybody wants to come over, just say so in the chat, and we'll bring you out. Otherwise, as far as the Instagram, or as far as Canva, Chris Jackson, I think if I understand the question, and I'll confirm with you, Chris, what it is you're looking for, but we can do that next week, pretty sure. I'm not going to promise anything Thursday. I may end up. I'm going up to San Diego tomorrow, and then I'm on my way out to the river to go water ski, and some of you already know that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. We may have to cancel Thursday's lunch with Len. I don't know yet. So I'll let you know. Watch the group. And I'm in communication this morning again with Jeanette Ma, who is the oh God, come on, Len. You know what? I'm having a senior moment. The Pray Rain lady, and it's possible that she'll be on next week. I don't know. So, but we'll get it done real soon. So anyhow, I don't see any questions coming up, Bill. Maybe I asked them all as we were going through it. That was really great. I really appreciate you doing that, Bill. And everyone else, I'm seeing good positive comments. So again, this is your last chance. I'll give you about just a couple of minutes here to be sure that no one wants to come over or have any other questions, and we'll go ahead and pull the plug. So that was good. I think that was really worthwhile. So I'm gonna go pound away on my computer today and mini Heimers, Chris. What does that mean, Jackson? Sounds pornographic. All righty then. Sounds like we're all done. So, it only put. Okay. Right? Is that a question, Chris? Okay. Well, it sounds like we're all done. So stay tuned. Watch the group for what's happening next. As soon as I get the Pray Rain lady nailed on, what day she's going to be available to us, then we'll work around that. Okay. And as I said, Thursday is iffy right now because of my travel schedule. Just so watch the group. And then going once, going twice, gone.